Hey guys, it's Tsubasa, and today I'm going to be reacting to 8 videos, 8 trailers from the Nintendo Switch presentation 2017 video. Supposedly they're all in the presentation. I was watching the presentation on RunJD Run's channel. I think I didn't see one of them. I'm not sure. If you guys can find an original link to that video, I tried to look for it. I think it's going to be up later when it's completely uploaded. But yeah, I have the 1-2 Switch and ARMS. Those are 2 new IPs made and designed for the Nintendo Switch. Fire Emblem Warriors, which is another game very similar, basically the same idea as Hyrule Warriors. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So I'm going to get into every single one of these. I'm going to probably leave them all in completely, or I might chop them up. And I might be talking about a few things that I remember from the presentation itself about the console. They have a few things that obviously aren't on these videos. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here we got 1-2 Switch. Basic rundown. It's a game made for the Joy-Cons, the little controls on the side of the console. So yeah, just watch this and I'll explain a little bit. On RunJD Run's channel, his friend, I don't know his name, he was thinking this was Red Dead Redemption until he saw that little scene. This is when JD said that they were gonna pull out the Joy-Cons, and yeah, I mean, it was kind of obvious, or at least maybe expected from Nintendo. So there you can already see there's a little detail that actually I didn't notice on the trailer. There you can see that there's like a little black bar and a little strap connected to the Joy-Con. That's something that's actually gonna come in the package, in the whole set. It's like a little, it's the Joy-Con strap, and you know, it makes the L and R buttons on the inside of the Joy-Cons a little bit more prominent, and as you can see, they're different colors. There actually will be a Nintendo Switch that has the Joy-Cons in neon blue and neon red. So you know, that's something that I know is gonna sell out quick. I mean, it's the first thing that's gonna go out, and you know, given the fact that most people, or most places, at least from where I know, you can pre-order the consoles, but you can't pre-order which one. So it's a first come first serve. So you know, if you were planning on getting the Switch with the 2 different colored Joy-Cons, be the first one there. So yeah, that's a little detail. So there you can see it. I was noticing it was like, it's gonna be like a ton of different games, like air guitar solo, maybe a kendo battle, quick draw, dance battle. It's gonna be a ton of like little mini games, you know, kind of like a Wii Sports thing. You know, it's gonna be a fun little game that everybody can play. 1-2 Switch. So yeah, there you could see that was one of those little games that I'm guessing is gonna come out with the console. I'm not gonna be surprised if it actually is like the Wii Sports version for, or Wii Sports kind of game for the Switch. But the next one was really cool. I like it. It looks like it looks like something a lot of people could get into. So now we have ARMS, a new IP for Nintendo Switch. When I saw this part, I don't know why, and I haven't seen the movie I'm thinking about, but this girl, you know, being like in a school uniform, I don't know why it reminded me of a movie where like it's like a ritual or something. I don't know. It's something about some movie where the classroom is like killing each other. It's weird stuff. I mean, it's weird for me, but you know, it's just something that came in mind. So yeah, as you can see, spring arms. It's like a boxing game, but having that reach is gonna be crazy. I don't know how the names they said they were. I think this was Spring Man and Ribbon Girl, something like that. But just looking at it, it's gonna be a fun game, and it looks like it has a lot of potential to be like a good series for YouTube gameplay. Like JD said, she was throwing them punches like she's a pro. See, having all those different characters, and you can notice that this is actually like gameplay where you can actually use those characters. So, looks like it's gonna have a lot of potential. Something that I would mention here, something they talked about in the presentation was that now they have HD Rumble, and you know the concept's kind of, I think Nintendo always does this. Nintendo is always the first to come up with something that really makes the game more immersive. I mean, I know that PlayStation did the Eye before the Wii came out, but it wasn't as immersive as the Wiimotes and the Wii Motion. So, Wii Motion Plus, you know, it actually like it got really to a point where you could actually feel like you was actually doing the action in the game. It's not like you was interacting with the game. Like, I don't know, for me, Nintendo always got that before everybody else. You know, they always end up being the first, and later on the other companies perfect it, because I can't lie about that. They always end up perfecting it, but Nintendo always comes up with the best ideas. So now they have the HD Rumble. So something in the presentation was that inside a glass, like inside an imaginary game glass, you could hold it in your Joy-Con and you can feel a piece of ice, and the rumble will actually respond as if there's something inside the Joy-Con representing the glass, and to a point where you can actually feel to good detail. Like they said, you could feel the 1, 2, 3 different pieces of ice inside the cup, and even feel when it's getting full of water. So, you know, having that level of detail where you can physically feel like you are actually holding a cup or something, I don't know, it's going to be something really interesting. And in this game, in ARMS, I'm betting it's going to be something that you can actually feel like your arms stretch out. Not really feel your arm, but you can like feel like your punch has that little rumble, or like the spring action. You can feel it in your hand. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to like it. I mean, it's going to be something where you can like close your eyes and imagine you're actually in the game. So yeah. The next one I'm going to put, I'm not sure which one to put. Alright, so I'm going with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Okay, this is battle mode. Okay, see we got King Boo. I'm not really sure which characters were in oh, that wasn't, is that in Mario Kart 8? In the Wii U version? Oh, the transparent thing, that's new. Oh, wait a minute. This is a Splatoon stick. Oh, Splatoon, the Inklings. Alright, that's cool. That's my favorite character, hands down. That's gonna be cool. I was expecting this to be like the race trailer, but okay, that's cool. Oh, they already took down their shine. It was like, that was too much of Splatoon there. Okay. You know, it'd be cool if they had the same amount and variety of characters that they have in Smash to be in Mario Kart. It's cool. Alright. That wasn't the same one in the trailer. See, I was pretty sure that this didn't come up in the trailer, so in the presentation. So yeah, I'm sure. So you could see there's a few new characters, few new stages. There is a double item system. I'm pretty sure of that. I mean, there's the little circle in the corner and a smaller circle after it, meaning, you know, you can have a second item, or maybe there's like double question blocks in the game. I don't know, but if it's like Double Dash, I mean, I remember Double Dash being probably the moment where everybody said, oh, this is gonna be the best Mario Kart game ever, and then, you know, that's what we always say every time a Nintendo game comes out. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna save my favorites for last. Alright, so the next one's gonna be Fire Emblem Warriors, but before that, sorry about the roosters. I hope they're not coming up on audio, but they might be, so sorry about that. It's 4 a.m. I'm not really sure, but it's really early in the morning, and roosters here don't know the time. So let's get right into it. So yeah, like I said, Fire Emblem Warriors. When I saw this, I was like, but isn't that team like the one that did Hyrule Warriors? Could this be another game like that? I don't know why that came up. But yeah, when I started seeing like weapons from Fire Emblem, you know, those really important swords and stuff like that. I really don't play any of these games, any of Fire Emblem games. But when I saw it was gonna be like a Warriors game, I knew it was gonna be one of them that I'd like to play. I really enjoy Hyrule Warriors, so this is definitely gonna be one I'm gonna play. Right then and there, at this very moment, that's when I knew exactly what game this was gonna be. When I saw that sword, I was like, okay, that's Chrome or Lucina's sword. I hope it's Chrome, I'm not sure. But when I saw that sword, I was like, you know what, that definitely is Fire Emblem, because it was in Japanese on the presentation I saw, so I wasn't sure, and the music wasn't there either. But I knew it was Fire Emblem, and then it dawned on me. W Force or whatever the team is called. I recognized the symbol. I was like, you know what, this is the same people that did Hyrule Warriors. This has to be a game like that. And then they started talking about Fire Emblem Warriors. That was like, that was a moment where I said, this is the one and only Fire Emblem game that I want to play. So the next one's gonna be, you know, I'm not really sure, because these next 4 games are games I really like. But I'm gonna go with the one I haven't finished. So that's gonna be Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Monolith Soft. Oh, there's another game. It's Shin Megami Tensei 25th anniversary. I think it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4. with like a retro style, I'm not sure, but if you see the original presentation, that's there. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I have Xenoblade Chronicles. I did play once on the channel, but given how long each mission is and stuff like that, I'm not really sure I'm gonna be playing it until I can live stream. I'm planning on leaving that game for live stream and just play for maybe like an hour or two or however long, and upload those live streams. This game is really good. I mean, at least the Xenoblade Chronicles one, really fun games. I don't know, I'm getting like a kind of like an Yggdrasil feel out of this, kind of like Tales of Symphonia. That's a really good game, but it kind of feels like it's gonna be like that, mixed with how Xenoblade Chronicles is right now, at least the first one. And I'm seeing way bigger monsters in this one. I mean, look at that. That thing's huge. And if you think Xenoblade doesn't let you fight with monsters that big, you'd be wrong. You can actually fight those kinds of monsters. But it's certain death if you're starting to, even when you have the skulls, like the big robots, even then it's like, that's a suicide mission. Next one is, I'm gonna probably put on now Splatoon 2. Right, so Splatoon 2. Oh, I didn't notice like that was like that overhead rock climbing thing. That's nice. So what I noticed at the very beginning, and not at the very beginning, but as soon as I saw it, was that twin guns, like twin health guns, twin wheel guns. That's the first difference I noticed, and that's actually what they used in the presentation. The guy who was talking about it actually had like two props, little Roombas. That's something. Okay. I was asking myself if you could actually super jump from anywhere, but I think they just redesigned the map. Oh, and the new special weapons, those actually look really good, really cool. There's one like, there's like a cloud, I think, yeah, there it is. It starts raining. Oh, the jetpack, that's another thing I saw. And that makes it feel like it has that little scene where there's like somebody looking to the distance. That makes me think that there's gonna be a really fun campaign mode or a story mode. It's gonna be nice. At least I remember the original Splatoon had like a story mode that wasn't really, it wasn't really that fun. I mean, it was the perfect way to learn how to control your character and just have a little fun on your own. For those who don't have internet and stuff like that. But I mean, Splatoon was at least the first one was a game that could only be enjoyed online, which is something. It's something of a problem for me, not because I don't like it, but because here in Puerto Rico, the internet, it depends on who is your service provider. Like I said, right now I'm having trouble with my internet, so even when I have internet, online is not an option. Never. It's not possible. I can search online, I can watch videos on really low quality, but I mean, it's not within my budget range. I can't really get better internet. But depends also on your provider, because if you have a good provider, they have good plans, good service, but it just depends. And if they're willing to actually provide you service, because most companies actually say, oh, we can't actually get to your house, even if my neighbor has the same provider. I don't know. Now this one, Now this one, Super Mario Odyssey, caught me off guard. The intro is really different, at least in the presentation. I don't know if the trailer has the same thing. Yeah, it's the same one. All right, so you're seeing like a city, and you're like, this kind of has, I don't know, like a Sonic feel to it, like Sonic Adventures 2. But then this happens. Completely unexpected, at least for me. Alright, so I'm seeing some purple coins just from here. The question blocks on that. It's kind of weird to actually see Mario in a city. Like, what city is this? Where is this within the Mario universe? Him rolling down the hill. Like, there's a few. It's like, oh, something. Alright, now this is something I remember just because of what I was about to say. It feels like they made Super Mario 64 into a Switch game. That's what this feels like. And that's actually something they talked about. They said that they put every single console into the Switch. They put the NES, the SNES, the 64, the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, all into one. So, you know, they were saying that I don't remember what they said about the NES, but they said that I think it was the control, the basic idea of the control, and then the SNES came in the X and Y and the LR buttons. Then the 64 brought in the analog control stick, the first ever. Then the GameCube came with the handle on the console, so you could take it anywhere. And like they said, they accept that it was before its time, because yeah, I know like the GameCube was a console that actually got to be a console that everybody took everywhere if you was into the competitive scene. Like if you was into playing Smash competitively, the events, you could help out bringing out your own console and having like your console be one of the stations, like one of the consoles being used for the brackets. But you know, it was way before its time. The idea of consoles being portable wasn't one you had at that moment. Not until until the PSP. Personally, even though Nintendo had the Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance, the DS, it wasn't as powerful as you would expect a console to become, for it to become a handheld. I don't know. When the PSP came out, it was like the most powerful handheld, and that was kind of like that's when you said, you know what, I can see myself playing this like my main entertainment. This is what I'd be playing at home and on the go, which actually was the truth for me. And you could connect, I'm not really 100% sure about this, but you could connect to the PlayStation 3 on the PSP. I know with the PS Vita you could, for sure. And not many people actually use that feature, but it was an option. And that's when I saw main home consoles being a concept where you could take it on the go, would open a whole new door to everything. And then Nintendo comes out with this, you know, Nintendo's on it. So the idea I'm getting from this Mario is like, this Mario is more of meta-realistic, kind of. Like, I don't know, it feels like it's gonna be trying to include real life things to make it feel more familiar. I don't know. Look, so you can see like watering thing and people with the jump rope. I don't know, it kind of feels like Pikmin, a Mario Pikmin. And I don't know about that new crown for Princess Peach? Does it mean something? Is it a new design? Oh, but Bowser's looking good with the suit and everything. A royal wedding. Okay. That looks really cool. Super Mario Odyssey in this little extra clip. The cap is alive. So it seems like the cap, I don't know if it gets like powers or stuff. Yeah, it kind of feels like we're going back to Super Mario 64. Like in Super Mario 64, you had the cap with the wings, the metal cap, the invisible or whatever kind of cap, you know, where what didn't have physical element. I don't know. You guys understand. If you played the game, you know. So yeah, it kind of feels like we're going back there, but we're just giving the cap some life. All right, now the best one, my favorite, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. This one's interesting. So, a lot of detail. You can actually see how big this game is gonna be. It's gonna be huge. It feels, and I know I compare these games a lot with others, but for me, it really feels between Skyrim and Xenoblade. I mean, you can already see, like, in every scene. Oh, these guys, I forgot their name. They're like the predecessors of the Kokiri. So yeah, I mean, it really feels like between those two games. It's really big, really different. Each scene you can see different kinds of terrains, which lets you know they're far apart. Something that a lot of people say it's not very true, at least for me. If you look there on Link's arm, the bands or the cloth, for me, if you ask me, that's a design the Gerudo wear. Gerudo or Gerudo, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. But basically, I don't know how the demographics of Zelda is gonna be, but it's interesting. For me, that looks like, I don't know, there's gonna be a relationship. I don't know, for me. That part, I want to know what that is.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of the Calamity Ganon.
That, I like that. I like that, and I'm gonna explain why. When I was watching the presentation, that was in Japanese, and something I have like a pet peeve with is when something goes from Japanese to English, you almost always lose the tone and the type of voice. Something, for me, the way something is intended to be said is also affected by the way it sounds. So if you had like a really old female voice, that's the kind I want, that exact kind of voice in English. That way we can like maintain the same emotion, the same feel in whatever's being said. That's happening here. And another thing is, if you're a real hardcore Zelda fan, you know that that's weird for somebody to actually be speaking in the game. Something totally unexpected, at least for what I remember. I don't know if you guys remember or have seen a trailer or anything Zelda related that is not the cartoon where they're speaking. Let me know. And a little bit more ahead, we're gonna see a few other people speaking, That's what surprised me the most. So yeah, let's continue.
A primal evil that has endured over the ages.
Oh, I noticed there was like a Sheikah eye on whatever came out with that rock. Alright, that's Calamity Ganon. Alright, I saw that same symbol. That same Sheikah eye, I saw it on whatever came out. But what's interesting me now is like a constellation figure beneath the base of that thing. That's interesting. I'm really paying attention to a lot of like symbology here in the game, because that's one of the main points here on Zelda. Some people even already deciphered most of the new alphabet used in this game. So I mean, there's always some meaning behind everything here. I'm guessing the colors of everything at least represent something. Like the blue is most likely like good.
That look
but
on
red.
your face tells me that you have no recollection of me, however.
Oh,
I think
wait
you are
a
now
minute.
ready to hear what happened.
No.
100 years-
Wait, go back. If you notice right here, there's something moving there, and I think it's a mouth.
That look on your face
Yes.
tells
That. Oh, this is so weird. Okay. So right now, Link is right in front of the sword, the Master Sword. But that means that would be the sacred shrine. Sacred forest. But he's also nearby the Deku tree. From what I'm getting right now. Which isn't necessarily weird, but I mean, it's not the same place though. I mean, wait, it kind of is. If you go back to Twilight, the sword was in the sacred forest, which would be the Kokiri forest. So I'm guessing this is after Twilight Princess, not an alternate timeline. I was thinking this could have been an alternate timeline after Ocarina of Time, but this explains a little bit. All right, let's continue. I might be digging in too deep.
me that you have no recollection of me, however.
I think you are now ready to hear what happened
Okay.
100 years ago.
Supposedly that's Zelda. I'm not completely sure, but it could be Zelda's descendant. This could be Zelda's
Everything
descendant.
I've done up until now, it was all for nothing.
Zelda having a voice is completely weird. Okay, a Gerudo that has a good relationship with Link. That's not weird, but not usual.
Here it comes!
That has to be the new Great Fairy. Oh, wait a minute, I got an idea.
You must save her.
Oh, she had a necklace.
That look on your
Oh, I
face.
jumped way back.
100
Way
years
too
ago.
back. Okay, wait a minute. All right, here. She has a necklace that has that's the birds from Skyward.
You must save her. My daughter.
All right. Okay, she has a lot of gold. A lot of Hyrulean and Triforce symbols. Okay. Okay. I got an idea. Alright. Hear me out. I know this video's been long, and if you're here, thank you for reaching this point. But alright. Okay. I got a theory. If you saw one of the old videos, the first Breath of the Wild reaction I did, there was this old man that I think I did in that video. Yeah, it was actually the second video I think that I reacted to in that video. That was like a little gameplay. I hope I put that in. We talked to a guy. Or the guys that were playing was talking to a guy, and that guy like gave him a little explanation of what was happening, or the things around him that Link doesn't know anything. I guess that's the king. It looks like somebody that you would expect to be the king. Zelda's here, and all those other guys, like the shark head kind of guy, the Zora, the bird guy, all these guys I'm guessing are the new sages. So basically my theory is this is the revival of a Link. But I mean, oh wait a minute, since the Deku Tree says he doesn't remember about him, I'm guessing this is the baby Deku that's from the adult era. And this Link doesn't remember, but he was put into like a slumber, like he was when he pulled out the Master Sword. He was put in a slumber for 100 years after he defeated Ganondorf when he turned into Ganon. After he defeated him, went into a 100-year slumber, came back, doesn't remember anything. But this is 100 years after Ocarina of Time, in the timeline where Link actually defeats Ganon. That's my guess. That's the final guess. That's exactly what I think it is. I'm hoping this is what it is. It's a really interesting story, and whatever they decide to make the game, I don't really care. I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it. I'm a Zelda fan at heart, so it doesn't matter if it's my theory or not. I'm happy with it. So yeah. Alright, so those were the trailers I downloaded. Like I said, I downloaded them because I actually can't use my internet right now. In my previous vlog, I explained something that has changed is that it's supposedly people stole the cables for copper. So it's gonna be a while before I have internet. Hopefully I'm able to upload this tomorrow or today, which would be Thursday, but most likely not. So whenever this comes up, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Wait, let me do my outro correctly. If you guys enjoyed, give it a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, really don't have anything else to say, so hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video.